All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Will Zanders. Thank you so much for dialing in. And on this particular call, we're going to break it up into pieces. We're going to start this call by giving you some core concepts involving network marketing. And the first of which is going to be what is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. Okay, you can go ahead and write that down as number one. We'll come back to number two in a second. But the reason I'm going to issue these core concepts out, we're just going to cover about 10 before we do our product training. There's probably an infinite number of network marketing core concepts, but I just want to talk about maybe 10 of them tonight because these are things that that will shave years off your growth curve in network marketing. I'm gonna say it again, core concepts as a thing. I call them affectionately the rules of the MLM jungle. There are probably 100 or so rules of the MLM jungle that if you knew these things when you first started and really applied these things, they would make you so much more money. But even more important than the money, you would have so much peace of mind because you wouldn't make a lot of the mistakes that a lot of people make. Okay, so we're just going to dive into those, some of these. So they're in no particular order at this point. Some you've heard before, some you haven't heard before, but at the end of the day, these are things that are going to help you or help someone in your organization at some point, and we just want to deliver the value right here at HBN. Number one, what is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. This is how we learn. Sometimes we're doing trainings or doing events or doing calls, and we're like, and as a trainer, we have many trainers on this call right now, many top earners on this call right now. We get frustrated and fed up, and we like, oh, Will, I don't want to train because I don't have any new material. I've already trained on comp plan. I've already trained on, scripts for this. I've already trained on this. It doesn't matter what you've trained on because there are new people who've joined since the last time you trained who need to hear this stuff. So for all of my people on the call who are up and coming leaders, not just our established top earners, but for all the people who are up and coming leaders, you really want to understand it's okay to be very repetitive with your message. Okay, if you're not delivering a balanced message repeatedly, people are falling through the cracks, I promise you. So don't discount what you have to say. And for other people who want to learn, do not hesitate to listen to the same Zoom over and over and over again until you've internalized the information so well that you can teach it. Okay, do not hesitate to read the same book over and over and over again until you've internalized the information so well you can teach it. Okay, there are some books in this industry that I have read 30 times. There's some books I've read 60 times. There are some books and audio books that I have listened to over 100 times over the course of my career in this industry because certain information is so valuable, I want to internalize it so much until, not that I get it right, but I want to know it so well that I can't get it wrong. Okay, what is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. It's like muscle memory before your mind, and it's a very important concept. Practice and role playing matters. Role play your scripts, role play how you handle objections, role play your copy and everything you do. Repeat it until you become proficient. Okay, even if it's just one skill. We talked about this on the other call, and Kathy and I talked about this on Facebook earlier. Even if you got good at one single skill, but you became the singular expert in that field, I assure you, you'd be making full-time money within a year. But how do you get really good at something? Repeat it over and over and over and over again until you're blue in the face, and then do it some more. All right, that's a core concept. Core concept number two that we'll cover is most people are pre-sold on network marketing. This is one of my favorite things to talk about. This is something that was literally a breath of fresh air, a shocking revelation to me when one of my mentors told me people are pre-sold on network marketing. Okay, that people are pre-sold. I want you to really think about that. For example, what do we offer here at HBN? We offer a money-making opportunity. We offer an opportunity to earn unlimited amounts of income. And we offer an opportunity to experience the life-changing power of world-class products. Okay, world-class products. The financial opportunity costs nothing to begin to participate in. And because of our extremely, ridiculously incredible gift card program, the product even costs you nothing to start to experience the results. So if there's an opportunity to earn infinite amounts of income that costs you nothing in the financial area, it will cost you time, but here's what I got to tell you about time. The time is going to pass anyway. If you work on an hour of HBN business or you work on an hour sitting on the couch, the hour is going to pass anyway. So we're not charging you any amount of your time. You're just probably watching 3 hours less of Netflix and working toward making $3,000 a month in your HBM business, okay? So the business opportunity, the opportunity to earn unlimited amounts of income is free. The training and support to earn unlimited amounts of income is also free. Yes, there is time required to earn unlimited amounts of income, but you have the same 24 hours everyone else does. So time technically is free. You can't get any more of it and you can't have any less of it, and you have all the time anybody else has. As far as the life-changing power of the products, you want to experience that, guess what? Free. You get to try a product free. It's incredible. All right. Now, if you really think about that, we offer two things for free. If you were to ask a room full of 100 people, if you were to spray them with some type of airborne truth serum, and they were to just lose their minds and start being brutally honest for the next 90 seconds, they couldn't tell a lie even if they wanted to. And you would ask the entire room of people, excuse me, room of people, have a question? I go, sure, ask us anything. We're being brutally honest. And you said, would you like to make more money every month or less money? What would the room of say? The room of people would say more money, of course. Only a crazy person will say they want to make less money every month. That makes no sense. You say, okay, last question, and we'll release you back to go to your normal, deceitful selves. Next question. Okay, next question. Do you want to die young and be sick, or be healthy and live a long, radiant life? They say, I want to live longer. You could even get more specific. Do you want to be overweight, underweight, or maintain a healthy weight and feel good when you look in the mirror? If they're being honest, they're going to say yes. Okay. So people are already pre-sold and are saying yes to the exact specific things we have here at HBN. But then they talk to you and they say no. Wait a minute. I want to see if y'all really saw the connection there. There are things that people are pre-sold on 100% across the board. They talk to you and then they say no. All right. What does that mean? It means that on a daily basis, well-meaning network marketers, business builders, product gurus, and everybody else in this industry, on a daily basis, we are walking around talking people out of the business. All right. Now that's a hard reality to accept. But once you accept the fact that you have been walking, as have I, we've all done it. I still do it. I just do it less than I used to. We are walking around talking people out of the business by using untrained words and phrases. That is what we're doing. Okay. So just know, if you want to stop that, let's move on to number 3. Core concept number 3, this will never get old. Skills pay the bills. Ladies and gentlemen, number 3, core concept for today, skills pay the bills. All right. Why is this so important? It's important because in any profession, and I consider professions things where you can make over $100,000 a year. That's what I consider professions. I can't think of many professions in the economic landscape of today that don't require a certain amount of education. I remember being in high school in uptown New Orleans literally it feels like 600 years ago. And I remember working at McDonald's on St. Charles Avenue. It was prestigious as far as McDonald's go because it was on the streetcar line. It was a 2-story McDonald's. It was the first 2-story McDonald's I'd ever seen. The architecture was even different. They made this McDonald's special. I kid you not. They made this McDonald's with the secret ingredient. The secret ingredient was love. It was incredible. They put money into this McDonald's in uptown New Orleans on St. Charles Avenue. It might still be there. I don't know. When I went in there, some snot-nosed 16-year-old kid trying to get another part-time job to make some money. I didn't go to work my first day. I went in there and said, Zanders, cool. You're here, meet in the back room and the break room for what? Orientation. And I think they paid us back then maybe $5 an hour, $4 and a quarter. I don't remember what it was. It doesn't matter. The point to the story is for a $5 an hour job, I still had to go to orientation. I still had to learn some new skills. And then I had to practice those skills until I got proficient enough to be blessed with the opportunity to fry burgers and drop fries. I got blessed with the incredible money-making opportunity to flip burgers and drop fries. I had to get trained. I had to be coachable, humble, and teachable to make $5 an hour before taxes. and you think you have the audacity, not all of you, but some of you, most people who aren't on this call for sure, have the audacity, the gall, the brazen lunacy to think that you can come into an industry and claim that you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, if not millions, and you think you're going to skip training. You think you're not going to read a book. You think you're going to skip events. You think come on. You're lying to yourself and you're fooling yourself if you think you will not have to accumulate a certain amount of skill sets and mindsets within a very short window of time to start making money in this business. And then you're going to have to teach people to do the same thing. But if you don't have any information and no results, you can't teach people. If you have information and no results, you don't deserve to teach people. You haven't earned the right to teach people. But if you don't have any skills, you won't get any results. So you don't qualify at all to build a business yet. So if McDonald's is requiring orientation and policies and procedures, and you got to watch a video and you got to go actually do the work and have somebody watch you and sign off on it, and for $5 an hour, you think you're not going to have to do that at any profession in the world? Yes, you will. They won't even let you buy a Benz or a BMW and take it off the lot until the person is there to teach you how to operate this vehicle. Now, I've owned all kinds of vehicles, but when I bought a Hyundai, which I love, by the way, I love my Hyundai, I miss it dearly, they let me drive that thing off the lot. Hear me out. When I bought my Jaguar, when I bought my Benz in particular, I remember them saying, no, you can't. Hold on, Mr. Zanders, you can't leave yet. I'm like, wait, I paid you. What do you mean I can't leave yet? No, you have to go over here to this other part of the dealership, to the concierge, and then, whatever the guy's name was, he's going to teach you how to operate that machine. He's going to teach you how to operate that vehicle. They don't call it a car. He's going to teach you how to operate that. He's going to teach you how to get the most out of that vehicle so that you don't wreck it. Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not. With the type of how sensitive the controls are on the Benz, this particular model that I have, I would not eat. It took me at least a week to be able to get that thing into neutral regularly. It took me a minute. I'd be trying to get it in neutral to run it through the car wash. It goes to reverse. The controls are so sensitive and so fine. It's different. Building a business and network marketing, hear me out, it's different. And it requires a certain amount of education. So I want to commend you, everyone who's on this Zoom, and everybody who's on Zoom, and everybody who's listening to audiobooks and watching videos and doing personal development, because you are building the proper foundation for an explosive business. And I commend you for that, because you are doing the exact thing most people don't do. Okay, let's move on to number four. Number four, in order to build a large duplicating business, you're going to need to create a few simple activities that can be duplicated by a large group of people consistently over time. I'll say that 2 more times. This is just another core concept that I wish I had known at the beginning. Okay, in order to build a large, residual income engine, a big business, big $1 million business, you are going to have to create or learn from somewhere a few, not 100, a few simple actions that can be duplicated by a large, not everybody, but by a large number of people consistently over time. That's what you're going to have to do. If it's too complicated, it simply won't work. I remember, the one company I was in, there was a gentleman who was a professional basketball player, very, very popular guy. When he joined this company, the company made a big deal. Oh my gosh, super basketball dude is in the company. Oh my goodness, company is going to the top. This is incredible. Super basketball guys here. And this guy sponsored a lot of people. Why? Because he was super basketball guy. That's why he was super basketball guy. Now, he hit a big rank his first 30 days in the business. And after that, his volume went backwards. He eventually quit. Didn't maintain the rank, eventually quit. Now, why did super basketball, true story, why did super basketball guy fail? He failed because he wasn't duplicatable, and he never created a few simple activities, few simple actions that can be duplicated by a large number of people consistently over time. Okay, he never did that. He was just telling people, hey, join. Hey, I'm super basketball guy, join. They were going, okay. Hey, I'm super basketball guy. I'm doing this thing. Want to join? Sure. Hey, I'm super basketball guy. Sign up. Okay, you got it. I just want to hang out with super basketball guy. But when his team tried to do that, hey, I'm Bob. I'm not super basketball guy. Join me. We don't know any skills. We have no idea what we're doing, but we're just doing what was done to us. We're just telling people get in, and nobody's getting in. And eventually, ladies and gentlemen, super basketball guy had to leave the company because he wasn't making any money and his team sucked because they had never learned anything. They never learned any skill sets or mindsets. They didn't have to because super basketball guy was just signing a bunch of people up. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot build a business, write this down, by relying upon non-transferable skills. It's an acronym. Y'all know I love acronyms. RUNTS, runts, like the run of the litter. Okay, RUNTS, runts, like that candy that's delicious but super hard, shatters your teeth. Yeah, public school candy, runts. Y'all remember that if y'all were broke enough. Okay, the banana was the worst flavor, right? RUNTS. You cannot build a business relying upon non-transferable skills. You can't do that. You can build the business on scripts. You can build the business on doing home meetings. You can build a business on sharing videos. You can build a business by getting samples into the marketplace. You can build a business a million different ways. Let me tell you one way you can't build it. This is why people like Tony Robbins have joined network marketing companies and failed and went back to being a guru. This is why Bob Proctor, bless his soul, Bob Proctor got involved in network marketing, failed miserably, went back to being a personal development speaker, one of the greatest of all time. This is why Les Brown joined the network marketing company, failed miserably, and then left and went back to become a public speaker. You see, y'all don't, a lot of people who haven't been in the industry a long time don't remember the days when these very, very popular people were cutting their teeth in the network marketing industry, trying to really make $1 out of 15 cents. And they couldn't do it because they were so charismatic. They didn't know it wasn't all about them. It's not what you do, it's what duplicates. Please understand that. Let me give you another one. Let's do a product-based one, product-based core concept. Ideally, put in capital letters, ideally, this is not always the case, but ideally, if you want to build a big duplicating business, ideally, you want a consumable product that runs out every 30 days. Me and Rick just talked about it. Not all the time, but ideally, you want a product that runs out every 30 days. Why? Because that's where your reorders come from. If you're going to use the network marketing business model, it behooves you to operate with the consumable product that runs out every 30 days. But why? Because your bills come every 30 days. Well, I own my own car, so I don't have a bill for that. Yes, but you have insurance. Okay, well, I own my own house or land. I don't have a bill for that. Yes, you have property tax annually. Good luck paying in advance. Then people want their money. Okay, just understand that. Just understand that. Okay. And a product that's consumable is very helpful for you because it's going to give you automatic repeat money at a regular, predictable basis. Some of these network marketing companies are service-based, and I don't mind those. The problem with a service-based company is it's not consumable in the same way. Let's say, for example, I was a part of a service-based company that would teach me a particular skill. Okay, wonderful. I could learn it on YouTube for free, but let's pretend I didn't know what YouTube was. And I wanted to pay a company to teach me a skill, avoiding the biggest free university in the history of the world, which is YouTube. Let's just pretend that everything you ever wanted to learn wasn't on YouTube. Okay. So I joined a company because they're going to teach me a particular skill. And then what happens? I learn the skill, and then I'm thinking to myself, what more do I need to learn? I can cut this off. I don't need this automatic payment every month. I've learned the skill. Now I can go use it. I got what I came for, and I can leave. Okay, that's the issue. Additional, with a lot of service-based companies, they have a set membership rate like a Netflix rate, and you can learn as much as you want if you pay this particular rate. And that's the thing. And none of these companies is thousands and thousands of dollars a month. However, with a product-based company, similar to HBN, product-based company, we have people here who buy, store owners, who buy thousands of dollars of product at one time, every single month, because there's no limit to the amount of products you can buy, but there is a limit to the amount of streaming education you can consume due to the fact that the companies allow you to, have a set rate for most of the stuff, and it doesn't run out every 30 days. We're also talking about, for example, all right, well, what about high ticket items? All right, we like high ticket items. We want to sell high ticket items. I don't want to sell a $30 bottle of weight loss stuff. I want to sell high ticket items. Okay, my high ticket people, you want to sell an item for $3,000 or $4,000. That's fantastic. You're basically a car salesman. You're selling a high ticket item. you're never going to be truly in network marketing dealing with that. You're never going to create residual income with a high ticket item. Why? Because the high ticket item doesn't run out every 30 days. There is no one who's going to spend $30,000 for a car and buy another car the next month. There's no residual income in car sales. It's the same thing with real estate. Why? Real estate is not consumable. I love real estate. I love owning land, right? But I don't want to be a real estate agent. No disrespect to real estate agents, but why would I want to chase after the same sale every couple of months? I need to sell another house. I don't have any residual income coming in because you might get a referral or two. But once you buy a house, once you sell a house, that's a wrap on. You're not going to get any more money from that sale for the next 30, 40 years. Wow, I did all of that work to get a one-time sale, pay a couple of bills. Now I got to chase another sale. When you have products that matter, when you have products that make a difference, when you have products that really impact and change lives on a generational level, ladies and gentlemen, especially when they're affordably priced, they do what they say they're going to do, and they ship on time, and they get there fast, and they have a gift card program so you can share them with everybody, and they can create customers from that. Ladies and gentlemen, you're setting yourselves up for an incredible opportunity where you will have to work. This is network marketing, but if you build it right, you build it one time and you get it over with, you will continue to have those checks each and every month for the rest of your life. It's incredible. I experience it, and I want that for everybody. Okay, I think there might have been 4 or 5 core concepts. Let's cover one more. Now, the last core concept we'll cover as we round out the 8:30 mark is going to be that most people do network marketing every day and simply don't get paid. All right, I'm gonna say it again. Most people do network marketing every day and don't get paid. Just understand that. Now, why is that the case? All right, why is that the case? That most people do network marketing every day and don't get paid? Ask yourself and play along in the chat. Play along in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you have ever made a recommendation of a product, a business, a restaurant, even outside of network marketing? How many people have made a recommendation for a product? How many people have made a recommendation for a church? How many people have made a recommendation for a restaurant or a book or a movie or a TV show? Hey, you seeing this? Hey, you seeing that? How many people have made a recommendation for anything like that? Put that in the chat. Okay, people say do it all the time. Yeah, do it all the time. Absolutely, recommend a lot of things. Do it all the time. Many times. I have, yes, me, all the time. Yeah, of course, yes, again, but everybody has. The difference between network marketers and non-network marketers is network marketers get paid when they make recommendations of products and services that they actually use, enjoy, and appreciate to people they know. People who aren't in network marketing are still going to make recommendations of products and services they believe in and enjoy to people they know. They're just not going to get paid. So when people say, Will, I don't think I can do network marketing, I say that's surprise, because you already do it. You do it every day. Most people do it every day. You're just not getting paid. Let us show you how to monetize something that you're already doing. Are you or not, if you're being honest, making recommendations about products and services you love to people you know? You do this all the time. So all we need you to do is, number one, figure out if you want to make a bunch of money. That's number one. If you say no, then this ain't for you. If you say yes, we go into the second question. Would you be okay trying a couple products to see if there's a product that you like enough to recommend it? We've got over 100 products. You're going to find something. By the time you use all 100 products, if there wasn't one you really loved, guess what? We would have came out with another 20 by then. You'll love one of them, something. You're going to love at least a few. I'm going to tell you my products right now. Prosper, I will not go without. Okay. Mind, body, and soul, I will not go without. Hear me out. Fulvic acid, I will not go a day without. Okay. Align, I will never go a day without. Okay. Primal, passion, and Bathsheba. If I'm attending a social function, okay, little social function, I will never go without those. I will not do it. Okay. Just understand there are certain products here. Black seed oil, I will not go a day without 1 to 2 servings of black seed oil. Nova coffee, I won't go a day without Nova coffee. I just simply won't do it. I love these products. I love sharing them with people. And I love coming up with innovative, creative, simple ways for people to share these products, because we want to make sure we have consumable products and create a few simple activities that can be duplicated by a large number of people consistently over time. That's the key, or one of the keys to creating a significant network marketing income. We only teach things that work. Okay, so Belinda says finding like-minded people. Okay, here's a core concept about that one. Okay, we don't go out to prospect, we prospect while we're out. All right. So how do I find like-minded people, Belinda? I don't go out to prospect. I prospect while I'm out. What does that mean? I go to places that I actually want to go to. I don't go to what's this meeting? The B&B Business Chamber of Commerce meetings. I don't go to those. Some network marketers go to those. I don't go to those because that doesn't interest me. I would sooner go to a gym because I like it. Okay. I would sooner go to a axe throwing venue, right? Why? Because I actually like it. And if I like it, I'm going to have fun, even if I don't meet anybody. And I'm going to operate at a high vibration. But here's what I know about going places that you enjoy and operating at a high vibration. People will come talk to you. And one of the first things people ask is, after they kind of getting to know you a little bit, is what do you do? And people ask you, what do you do? Because they're calculating the amount of respect that they have to give you. I'm going to say that again. Please understand that. For that core concept, we don't go out to prospect. We prospect while we're out. Go to places you would enjoy going anyway. Church, the mall, wherever you want to go and have a good time, you go there. Even if it's free to go anyway. You're going to become a regular. You're going to see regulars. They're going to see you. The conversations will happen. And hopefully you don't plan on quitting quitting network marketing in the next 30 days. So you'll be going there for a couple of months. Okay. And eventually it never fails. So what do? It always comes up. Why? Because they are trying to calculate how much respect they should give you. You need to understand that. All right. So you have a ton of different, now I have a ton of different answers. Okay. Yeah. The buttons definitely work. Wearing a button to Whole Foods is a gold mine for a network marketer. Okay. I'm going to say that again. Wearing a button, I've signed people up like this, and I've seen other people sign people up like this. People who made orders and built businesses were met at Whole Foods. Wearing a button at Whole Foods is a gold mine for a network marketer, because people at Whole Foods be spending their whole paycheck over there. So they want money, but they also care enough to invest money in their health because they're shopping at Whole Foods. Wear a button there. It is a gold mine. Okay, it's a gold mine. All right, Marcus and Shauna got stopped in Whole Foods with that. There you go, Belinda. So go places where you want to go. Okay. And as far as what I say, when people ask me, Kathleen, I've said everything, and this is just me having fun at this point in my career. One person asked me the other day, couldn't remember more than a week or two ago, Will, what do you do? And I said, hey, you know those pyramid things where the guy at the top makes all the money? He goes, yeah. I said, hey, well, I'm the guy at the top. And we had a good laugh about it. And then I explained to him about the business, but I wasn't lying. I was giving it to him in a way that he could understand. And it was the nature of the rapport. Okay. I don't recommend y'all do that one yet, but I've actually done that when it's a good time. Okay. What I would typically say is when people ask me what I do, I say, well, I was in law enforcement for over a decade, but I was able to retire, okay, over 20 years early because of my growing internet business. So what do you do? Now, when I say that, number one, it's the truth. Okay. And sometimes people will, maybe half of the time, maybe a little more than that, people will say, they'll say law enforcement, thank you for your service. Okay. A certain amount of respect there. Right. And then they say things like, wait, growing internet business, retired. Well, what's that all about? And now I have an opportunity to share information with them about AGBN. And they asked. Now, back when I was a cop, I had a slightly different variation on that. Okay. When people said, hey, what do you do? I said, well, I'm in law enforcement, for the last decade or so, but I should be retiring next year because of my growing internet business. Okay. That's what I would say. Now, for the record, that was a lie. All right. Yeah, I know. I'm going to tell you that was a lie. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to tell you the lie again and see if you can catch the lie. All right. But this is what I told people all the time when I first started my business back in the day. I said, yeah, I'm in law enforcement. I've been in law enforcement for about a decade, but I should be retiring next year because of my growing internet business. I'm going to tell you why it was a lie. Because it didn't take me a year to retire. It took 6 months. I retired that same year. Okay. I retired that same year. You can do that in this industry if you really want to. So that's kind of what you say. So if you're a school teacher, you could say, well, I've been a school teacher for the last 10 years or last 5 years. Okay. But I should be retired next year because of my growing internet business. What do you do? And then sometimes a curious person will ask you, okay, well, growing internet business, what's that all about? Right? They don't always, but a lot of times they do. And that's your opportunity to share with them the information. So that's the formula. Tell them what you do, how long you've done it, and then add the phrase, but I should be retired, okay? Because of my growth, I should be retired next year based on my growing internet business, period. That's what you say, all right? Easy to do, easy to say. You can apply that to any job in the world, and that'll get you past that question of not knowing what to say, all right? So let's cover one more core concept, and we'll wrap this up. I see we're probably gonna run out of time about comp plan, but that's okay. We can talk about it again another day. Let me give you one more core concept. This is gonna be helpful. It is helpful, okay? It is helpful if the product that you're promoting, okay? It is helpful that the product you're promoting does not require any new habits, training, or education. I will say it again. It is helpful if you want to build a big business fast, not necessary, but helpful. I wish I had known this. If the product that you're promoting does not require any additional or new habits, training, or education. For example, I was with a company with a product several years ago prior to HBN, and this product was incredible, but it had a lot of moving parts from an ingredient standpoint, and there was no real easy way to explain it because it was, I guess at the time, a first to market concept that nobody had ever heard of. Like, what is this? Do I need this? I've never heard of it before. Is it another pill I gotta take? What does it do? How does it work? I don't even know what those words mean. This is some science, technobabble jargon. What is this? I probably need to talk to my doctor because people typically forget to, take pills or whatever else. And if it's a pill, they think it's a capsule or you got to talk to the doctor about it. It was a complicated deal. You either saw it or you didn't. You either got it or you either clicked or it didn't, okay? But with HBN, we have and that company only had like 4 products at the time. And that was the only one we even bothered talking about. HBN has over 100 products. Now you could, if you wanted to, build $1 million business, okay, off just the body product. You could. If I was to explain the body product, I would say this is motor oil for your body, period. That's the best way I can, how your car needs motor oil to run it out the business? Yeah. All right, your body need that too. That's what body is. Kid you not, that's how I explain it. Simple as I can do it, right? But that product does require the mind product, even the soul product, especially this, as important as it is, the soul product does require a certain amount of training, a certain amount of education, okay? And it requires a new habit because most people aren't just scooping some powder in some water and shaking it up with a little bit of Mio and drinking it. That's not a habit most people do, okay? So that product, although I promote it, I sell it, I love it, I use it every single day, it is tougher to build a big business around that. And most of the people who use Soul are existing distributors who've been educated on the products over time. This is why what is repeated is remembered and what is remembered is repeated. You better be talking about these products or your new members will never hear about them. But what about coffee? What about Nova Coffee? How much simpler is that? It runs out every 30 days, give or take. And I don't really have to explain to you nothing about coffee. I don't have to explain that. It's brown, you put it in the water and you just kind of stir it and then you drink it. And that's kind of how coffee goes. I don't really have to train them on the coffee. I don't have to educate them on the coffee because I don't even call it healthy coffee. I could, but I don't want to elicit conversations about ingredients because when you start talking ingredients, you got to start talking about, I need to talk to my doctor. I'm like, oh, here we go. I don't really talk a lot about ingredients. I talk about coffee, period. I don't have to help people develop a new habit. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand why Alexandria Brighton formulated Nova the way she did? Because we noticed that people, if you look at the ingredients in Nova, Nova has 80% of the ingredients in it that are the biggest ingredients in mind, body, and soul. Think about that. If you can't get mind, body, and soul in that day, if you look at the ingredients that are in Nova, they are duplicate ingredients. Some of them, anyway, 80% of them are duplicate ingredients of the most important ingredients in mind, body, and soul. Okay, this is why we notice that people sometimes, and we'll close the call with this, we notice that sometimes people were not taking their mind, body, and soul and not getting the results. Sometimes people would even forget to drink Slimmer because it's a new habit. You got to get in the habit of that. Sometimes, as much as I love essential oils, I've used essential oils every day, kid you not, for over 10 years with no exception. I've used some essential oil every day for 10 years. That's how long I've been dealing with essential oils in this industry. Okay, I don't forget. It's a habit for me. Okay, but most people don't use essential oils every day. So we've seen people run out the door, go to work in the morning and forget to say their prayers and forget to kiss their kids. Let me tell you what people never forget when they run out that door. They don't forget to drink their coffee. So what we did at HBM was we took the healthiest ingredients we could find and put it into the coffee in a way that the coffee still tastes amazing. It's just better for you, and it's affordably priced. It does what it says it's going to do, and the CV to dollar ratio is as close as we can get it to make as much money for our reps as possible. So we took away the need for a new habit, and that's why Nova Coffee is one of the top selling coffees in the history of network marketing. Why? Because it's no new habit needed, no training or education necessary, and it runs out every 30 days. Okay, that is how this works. So it's not to say you can't have a product that you got to educate. Fulvic acid requires a ton of education, but it's worth it. But hear me out. It's a niche product, which is good because HBN has niche products and they have mass market products. This is the perfect balance here. It's the perfect balance here. But if I'm going to talk about what's easier to promote, what's easier to make me $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, I could build an entire business off just Nova Coffee. Just Nova Coffee. Kid you not, and nothing else. Why? Because it's so easy to promote. All right. And we'll close it out with just a couple of strips for you. And I want my new members, because what is repeated is remembered, and what is remembered is repeated. Let's role play a little bit in the chat as we close this call for all my new members. I just want to ask all of you, okay, please, the gateway product. Thank you. The gateway product. Thank you. Okay. Let's put right there. Let's put right there. All right. Let me ask y'all, and everybody role play, especially my new people in the chat. My panelists role play in the chat. I'm gonna ask y'all a question. All right. Do you or anybody you know drink coffee or tea at least occasionally? Okay. Whole lot of yeses. I see my new people in there. Yes. See, y'all who've been here a while, y'all know where we're going with this. A lot of my newbies, my new HBN rock stars, they don't know. Second question. What's your favorite brand of coffee? Just don't say HBN. I know that's the right thing to say. Don't say HBN. Previous to HBN, what's your favorite brand of coffee? What might somebody else say if you were asking them this question? What is your favorite brand of coffee? Yep, Starbucks, Folgers, Community, all that. Shirley said, no, I'm doing Nova. I'm not taking Starbucks. Burley Bean, talk to him, Kathy. Folgers, Community, right? Starbucks, Folgers, exactly. That's your favorite brand of coffee. Question number 3, especially for my new people on the call tonight. Okay, my new people. And just insert your company that you just named here. Okay, insert your company name here, all right? Has Folgers, Starbucks, Community Coffee, Cafe Bustelo, 7-Eleven, or Dunkin' Donuts ever paid you for buying, drinking, or referring coffee? I ask that third question again, just so y'all know. Has Dunkin' Donuts, QT, Cafe Bustelo, Starbucks, Folgers, Community, anybody ever paid you for buying, drinking, or referring coffee? Last question. If there was a company that would pay you for buying, drinking, or referring coffee, would you want to learn a little bit about the company or maybe even try the coffee for free? That is going to be a resounding yes. That series of questions we just asked is going to get you an 80 to 90% answer from people who say, I would like to see a video on the company and I would like to try this coffee. Where's the gift card for that? That's how simple it is to build a business when you have a product that doesn't require any training, any new education, or any new habits. This is why I really miss the fact that our HBN soap is sold out and taking so long to come back in, because the soap is super easy. It requires no training, no education, and no new habits. It is priced exceptionally high, but it is a luxury item. And I personally like luxury things. So hopefully it'll be back one day. It just takes a long time to make it. We'll see. Best soap I've ever used. In fact, you know what? Can we do this? This is going to be funny, but can we do this right now when we get off this call? Do me a favor. Can y'all all log into HBN back office at the same time? As soon as we get off this call, I'm only asking you one favor. And everybody send in a chat that says, please get the soap ASAP. Just bombard them with this. Okay? I'm going to do it as soon as we get off the call. Do not forget, don't delay, don't do it, because guess what? You don't do it, something's going to happen, life's going to get in the way. As soon as you get off this call, I'm about to end this call right now, log in, go to the chat, and say, we want the soap back now. Please give us the soap. It's so easy to sell. Good grief. Who don't use soap, man? Do you or anybody you know use soap at least occasionally? You know how easy, if somebody says no, you can really just start to roast them on the spot and guilt them into bathing themselves. It's incredible. What's your favorite brand of soap, right? That you can do the same thing. Has Dial ever paid you for using their soap? You know what I'm saying? You can do the same thing. but you can only do that with products that are typically 30-day consumables, but also require no additional training, habits, or education. All right, so we got to get that so back. All right, man, let's go ahead and message corporate from my back office. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We'll talk to y'all soon. Thank y'all so much for tuning in.